Hey, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't subscribed yet? IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0. What you waiting on? Get it done. Do it now.
Hey, get them clicks, get them likes, and subscribe. Do it now.
The people of the land, look. Isn't she one of the people of the land? What you gonna do according to the Bible? You get that?
That's
right. Because we are God's people. We keep God's laws, regardless of if it may seem nice. We gotta apply God's laws because we love Him.
That's right.
You understand? No matter what, God literally telling us, no, if the people come in, try to give us stuff that they bought from the land or whatever, we refuse it. Politely, we can, no thank you. We trying to keep God's laws. Right. You understand? Since we trying to keep God's laws. You don't need that. Right. We understand your gesture, but no, because of sin, that's why we're in this position. Right. Let's get that. Is there more in that? Go to Judah chapter 5, verse 20, because there's something within our spirit that we need to understand. They just bought that. We ain't supposed to be buying today. Today's the Sabbath day. Right. Just drop it on the ground. It's not ours. She doesn't want to take it. Don't. It's not yours. It's not ours. You understand? Let's read the scripture. Go to Jude chapter 5. Because listen, the other nations, according to the Bible, this is what they would do. They understood something. They understood if God's people didn't keep God's laws, we would be in captivity. Right. You understand? We would be under. We'd be at the bottom.
That's right.
We'd be held in captivity. That's the reason why we're in the worst conditions, because of that situation. We amongst the heathens, they're going to make us break God's laws. Right. So that's why we're trying to come out of the Bible to show us the right way. Right. You understand? Now the brother's being genuine, all praise to the Most High, keeping the laws. That's showing he believes right now. He has faith. Being distracted by the heathen. Let's read the Bible quick. Right. It's all good. Let him do what he got to do.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20.
Bring it out.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
Right, so this is a heathen going to his king, saying, yo, if there's any error within this people, what's going to happen? Go ahead. Against the Israelites. How? Go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
Yeah, and they sin against their God. What is sin? Not keeping the laws. Not keeping God's laws. Breaking God's laws. Go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against their God. If we sin against our God as the Israelites, our God is possessive word. Because if it was their God, they wouldn't have been doing that. You understand? Right. God says keep the Sabbath day holy, no buying or selling. You understand that? So God knows who's his people. He said, our God. You understand? Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
You see that? Let us consider that if they are in sin, that's going to be their ruin. Right. We're going to be at the bottom in servitude. The white man's going to be over us. That's right. Like they are today. That's why we got Trump, we got Biden, these presidents, not our people, ruling over us. We think we have equality. We ain't got none of that if we don't keep God's law. We ain't even close. We got to be above these people like God said. We got to fit the scriptures. So far, they trying to break us down, make us break God's laws so we can be under. You understand? Right. And they exactly, and we do it to each other. But now we trying to help the brother out. Come on, Stephen. Stephen. Come on, Stephen. Keep God's laws. So come on, let's listen to the Bible.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
See that? Now, if we break God's laws, they conspire against us. Now, God's not with them. Like I read in Amos 3:1, if we sin against God, God's gonna punish us with the heathens. So he said, now let's go attack them. God ain't with them if they break God's laws. They understood that. That's why you see us killing each other. That's why police authorities, they do their job, right? But they put us back in the streets to continue. So they can continue to get money, you understand? Continue to let the crimes happen in these neighborhoods. You understand? Keep us in sin. You understand that?
Sons of Thunder. It's the fourth time around. The fourth son of Jacob. And like 4th and inches, you know we going for it. Yeah.
just reading, we're gonna help you out because right here, the act of what just happened is prophesied in the Bible. It's been happening back then. The people understand, the heathens, the other nations, they understand that if we in sin, we can continue to be in captivity. We ain't gonna make the kingdom of heaven. You understand? God says keep the commandments to make the kingdom of heaven. That's not love according to the Bible. I'm gonna show you that. Read the Bible again, read it again. I'm gonna get you off.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Again, this is a heathen saying to his Lord and Governor, right? If there be any error in the children of Israel, right? From you, the children of Israel, right? From the tribe of what? Igbo, they were put in captivity as well.
Igbo landing, which is also known as Igbo mass suicide, is one of the most unforgettable historic events that happened in Denver Creek on St. Simon's Island in Georgia, United States. The event took place in the year 1803, and it was recorded as one of the largest mass suicide of enslaved people when Igbo captives from what is now Nigeria were taken to Georgia coast. The Igbo and the West African captive arrived in Savannah, Georgia in May 1803 on a slave ship which is also called Wanderer. It was believed that these soon-to-be slaves were purchased for an average of $100 per head by the slave merchants in the person of John Cooper and Thomas Spadden, with the intention to be resold to the plantation on nearby St. Simon Island in Georgia. It was said that the chained slaves were packed on the deck of the coastal vessel, the York, which might take them to St. Simon. During the voyage, approximately 75 Igbos slaves rose in rebellion, took control of the ship, drowned their captors, and within the process caused the grounding of the ship in Denver Creek. The cause of event that occurred next remains unclear. It is only known that Igbo marched ashore singing, led by their high chiefs. Then, at his direction, they walked into the marshy waters of Denver Creek, committing mass suicide. Rox King, a white overseer on the nearby Pierce Butler plantation, wrote the primary account of the mass Igbo suicide incident. He and another man, identified also as Captain Peterson, recovered many of the drowned bodies. Apparently, only a few number of 75 Igbos drowned on that very day. 13 bodies were recovered, but others remain missing, and a few may have survived the suicide episode.
You understand? They were in the west coast of Africa as well. Like, let me show you real quick. Igbo, see this map? In Africa, a lot of our people were transported on slave ships, even from Nigeria across America. You see that? A lot of the Igbo tribe, like you said, your mom, she understood that she was an Israelite. Because what? We were keeping the commandments at one point. You understand? But then we got what? Scattered, put on slave ships by the Europeans, the Spaniards, the Arabs. You understand? They put us on slavery by the Egyptians. You understand? They sold us because we didn't do what? Keep the commandments. Now let's read it. Let's read it again. Let's read this again.
Judah chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
if there be any sin in this people, error is going to tell you what that error is.
And they sin against their God.
See that? That's the error. If you sin against your God, you understand? Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Stephen, you hear that? You paying attention, Stephen? You gotta pay attention, man. I know there's a lot going on, but pay attention because this is your soul we're talking about. You understand that? It's your soul at hand, your soul at stake. Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin. What should be our people's ruin? What would be our people's ruin? Not keeping the commandments, breaking God's laws. You understand? Buying and selling. You understand that? Breaking the Sabbath day, working. You understand? Go ahead.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Now, they should overcome us, right? Because we weren't keeping God's laws. Didn't they overcome us in 1619? You understand that? Because we weren't keeping the commandments. This is prophesied in the Bible. So if we don't continue to keep the commandments, we're going to continue to be in this position.
That's right.
You understand that? You understand? Go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
see, if there be no iniquity, what's iniquity? What's iniquity? We're just reading it. If there be no error or sin. That's iniquity. We just read it earlier. You understand? That's why it's important to pay attention. You understand? That's what iniquity is, sin. If there be, read it again.
If there be no iniquity in their nation,
In our nation, the Israelites,
Right.
the heathens are saying this. If there be no sin amongst them, go ahead.
let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them.
See that? Then God is going to be for us, and the other nations cannot conquer us like they conquered us today. You understand that? This is all their conquerors us because we built this place because we are under servitude under them.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word